One thing about LeBron James in the media, when he wins, he the greatest ever. But when he loses or things not going his way, he never has enough help. So which one it is? Let's be honest about this conversation. I'm going to play a clip that deal with this, and we're going to chop it up.
Obviously, my first year in Miami, yeah, we had a big three. And everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Which was still okay, but we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Udonis, but we didn't have enough.
Several months later.
Like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
We didn't have enough.
I don't think they have enough.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
When LeBron James, or anybody for that matter, says that he doesn't have enough help, I want y'all to really pay attention to this. Is this a fair assessment? Or is this becoming a convenient narrative to help boost his career, to help boost his legacy? Talk about down in Miami Heat, he didn't have enough, and you had D-Wade, you had Chris. What is we talking about? And are you that silly to sit down and believe this type of rhetoric that's coming not only out of his mouth, but other people that's planted as, in my personal opinion, agents to boost this narrative so they can boost his career and legacy? This guy, he played alongside with other all-stars, MVPs, and future Hall of Famers. And you talk about he didn't have enough help? What is we talking about?
When it comes to the clutch sports mafia, guys like Rich Paul, Mav Carter, and especially LeBron James, these guys, when it comes to the NBA media, are the biggest narrative pushers currently out there. And one of their go-to tactics is revising history and changing the narrative years after the fact. Whenever they go on a podcast, that's one of their go-tos. LeBron James, looking at his Heat days, they weren't a super team, didn't have enough, and the role players were they lost, and it wasn't due to his play.
For people to say he didn't have a super team, him and D-Wade alone is a super team all in itself. We talk about D-Wade, man. D-Wade, arguably the third greatest shooting guard ever. And depending on who you're talking to, some would even put him over Kobe Bryant as it relates to his efficiency on the floor. But according to the NBA analysis, they're going to say that he's behind Kobe. Kobe is a better shooting guard than him. And I can rock with that. But all at the same time, if you just going to say he's number 3, he behind Kobe, and Kobe behind MJ, listen, LeBron James played alongside him down in Miami. And for him to say that's not a super team with Chris Bosh added, what the hell are we talking about? This is a narrative that's being pushed, and I understand it. I see it, and I get it, okay? But it's a narrative that's being pushed to help boost his legacy.
Where guys are really, now they have their conditioning.
They're scouting you different. They're preparing for you more. Yeah.
It's one thing. Then when you go into the playoffs, we seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled.
Flashback.
Finney Smith and Hachimura got tied up. James fell out of his hands, picked up by McDaniels. McDaniels down the lane, inside, layup's good, and the foul. Tied up, Randall played him well. Back to Finney Smith, into the hands of James, fires up a 3, side of the backboard.
Oh.
So
is this not having help, or is this cracking underneath pressure? Come on, man, we got to answer these questions. Is this all about not having help, or is it about him cracking under pressure? There's a big difference. And we don't want to deal with it from truth. We don't want to deal with it from reality, okay? It's totally different saying that you don't have help when it comes down to the pressure of carrying the Lakers team, okay? And then you bring in other elements to force a narrative when the pressure's on you to carry the Lakers team as their superstar, as their GOAT. Totally different.
Stopping that right there very quickly, LeBron James, Rich Paul, LeBron James, they're honestly one and the same. As again, looking at their tactics, it's the exact same playbook. And what do we see over and over again? Not just rising history, but making excuses constantly for their shortcomings and quote-unquote lack of help.
I don't think they have enough.
Shut up, bitch!
For a lot of LeBron James fans who proclaim their guy as the GOAT, for some very odd reason this guy never has enough help, despite having Wade, Bosh, Kyrie, Love, now Luka and Austin Reeves. If LeBron James truly is the greatest, the best of all time by a mile, why does he need so much help and need perfect roster to compete and win titles? If you're a so-called legend, yes, you need help. Looking at all these legends, not one of them had a perfect roster with zero flaws. For LeBron James fans, if the roster isn't perfect, a 10 out of 10, they will complain to the end of time. Case in point, this current Lakers team. Luka and Reeves, 2 top 10 scorers out of the entire NBA. No other team has that luxury, and 2 guys in the top 10, both about 28 points per game. For the average fan, average observer, having that luxury on your team is a godsend. For Rich Paul and LeBron James, it's not enough help. They need more.
Did you hear that? To have Luke on your team and with the type of level of play Austin Reeves have allowed his game to increase to, and to say that you still don't have enough help, how much help do you need? How much help? You got Luke on. How much help do you need? We have to pay attention and hear out this narrative that's been pushed in the media, okay? It's just a narrative. That's all it is. And a lot of people who are fanboys, they're going to fall victim to this narrative.
Ideally, Austin Reeves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer sixth man, right?
Yeah. But
That's
he's
not
paid,
this.
But he's paid as a starter.
He's paid. I get it. On the Spurs, he'd be the sixth man, right? Especially back in the day.
The Spurs made that decision, and you know what Ginobili did? He embraced it. Right. And how many championships they win? 5.
Yeah.
It's those type of decisions to be made.
Why are you?
Did y'all hear that? So here it is. They're using this narrative to push Austin Reeves to the bench. Push Austin Reeves to the bench in hopes of, again, somebody else that LeBron James more than likely is going to pick to come play alongside him and have Austin Reeves come off the bench. You can't make this shit up.
The way that you are. Like I said earlier, having guys like Luka and Reeves, who are both near 30-point per game scorers, that is a luxury no other team has. And looking at Austin Reeves, debatably third-team All-NBA, most improved player in the NBA. Rich Paul and his crew, what are they suggesting? Reeves this season should come off the bench and be a sixth man. If you want to talk having depth being top-heavy, putting Reeves on the bench isn't going to solve anything. And look at the Lakers' depth, it's actually kind of underrated. Marcus Smart, prior to LeBron's return, was playing very, very well and was highly effective. As prior to LeBron coming back, out of 11 games, started 9 of them, played solid defense, and had 10 points per game. Jake LaRavia, a very similar thing. In LeBron's absence, playing a much bigger role and playing much better. For guys like Smart and LaRavia, once LeBron comes back.
See, this is why a lot of guys put MJ over LeBron James, because LeBron James don't have that killer instinct. You see, it was said that Scottie Pippen went to MJ talking about, I'm bringing my A game. I'm bringing my A game for this game. They said MJ looked at Scottie Pippen, A game, man, just bring a game. In other words, MJ was letting them know, y'all just show up and give me something and we'll win. See, this is the mindset you're supposed to have as a superstar, as the self-proclaimed GOAT. You're supposed to be looking at people talk about, listen, just show up to the game and do something. I'm going to carry this team to the championship, okay? But he spent more time creating a narrative, talk about he don't have help or he never had that type of help. When you done played alongside MVPs, all-stars, and like I said, future Hall of Famers.
Their minutes are cut and they're sent to the bench. The overall depth complaint, I really don't buy it. And again, looking at NBA history, what wins championships? Superstar players and the top 2 guys or top 3 guys. Yes, depth does matter, but if you're lacking depth, you can still win. If you're lacking a superstar, no team in league history has ever won a title.
So when you look at it now, athleticism, length, shooting, speed, right? Because now, can the Lakers play fast? I don't think so. And style of play. You can't, you know, that style of play is going to be very easy to guard.
So once again, stopping Rich Paul right there, like I said earlier, this guy's go-to tactic is revising history and rewriting the narrative. As looking at this guy's complaints, saying length, speed, and shooting, yes, in a general sense, they were problems. But for the vast majority of teams, by lose a playoff series, is due to those exact same problems. If you want to be 100% honest, a big reason LA lost was LeBron James did not play up to standard, and crucial games, crucial moments did not show up. For example, look at Game 1 in Los Angeles, a must-win Game 1 at home. Lakers in this matchup, they were the 3rd seed, the favorite. They had home court advantage. Luka in this game, 37 points, showed up, was kind of typical Luka Doncic. LeBron in this game did not show up, and his second option was well below par. As from the field, 8 of 18, had 4 turnovers, and from deep was 1 for 5.
Here's James out top, lines up the 3, got his feet set.
This is crazy to bring that Luka got the blame for it by Perkins, because the game is won by superstars. And LeBron James, again, is a self-proclaimed GOAT. He should have carried the burden of losing. And another day in this, you're starting to see LeBron James' field goal percentage decrease, go down, because he never worked on something substantial to be able to give him the upper edge on the offensive side when it comes to scoring. When you look at people like MJ developed, when he lost his airness, he developed the mid-range game and he developed that post fadeaway. He developed the art of that, okay? Because he knew he was losing his ability to be very athletic. So he went to something that was going to continue to give him a competitive edge over the defense. And that's what he did. He worked on his mid-range game, he worked on his pull-up, and he worked on his fadeaway. And LeBron James, he failed to do that. So when he going to the whole bulldozing over everybody and that's not working, you see him struggle a lot because he didn't work on his mid-range game and he didn't work on something that he can have as a go-to to give him a competitive edge over the defense, okay? So that's why you still see him bulldozing, going to the hole as a freight train a lot.
They put 2 on Doncic. Hachimura 1 more to James. He scores 25, and he's done a lot of the defensive handiwork on Doncic, even though Luka scored 37.
Gonna cry?
For a Game 1 in the postseason at home, the home team the majority of times has to win that game, and they do win that game. As looking at the eventual winner of the series in league history, the winner of Game 1 wins the series 75% of the time. So LeBron's no-show in Game 1, that was a big-time flop. Now also looking at the second biggest game, it came in Game 4 Minnesota, Lakers down 2-1 in the series. This game, a pivotal game, the series was at a tipping point. The Lakers win Game 4, it's tied 2-2 in a series, they're going back home, and it's best of 3. The Lakers lose this game, go down 3-1, it's pretty much over. And look at the fourth quarter, what did LeBron James do? 0-2 from the field, 0 points, and a very costly turnover.
2-point game. Pass inside. James, lefty layup, too strong. Doncic to James. James puts up a 3. Rebound McDaniels. James looking to throw it into the front court. Bounce pass, deflected and stolen.
So we're looking at last.
So to say you don't have no help, man, at the end of the day, man, you got to help yourself. You got to help yourself. Like the old folks say, God help those who help themselves. So you got to help yourself and stop using this as a narrative to boost his legacy and using this as a narrative to excuse himself from being held accountable for his mishaps, for his failure to do what a superstar is supposed to do. Okay, but drop your comments down below. Let me know if you feel that LeBron James never really had help, or is this a narrative that's been created by LeBron James and the other people to boost his legacy?